All right, we're good. All right, I'm ready if you guys are. We'll do the general announcements. All right, we'll begin. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is December the 21st, 2022. The time is 11:04 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court First Appearance, and I'm Judge Daniel Nagel. I'm going to go over some general announcements and information with you before we begin each individual person's case. First and foremost, I want to let you know that this is an informative hearing and not an evidentiary hearing. What that means is this is not an opportunity for you to talk about the facts of your case, present any evidence, talk about your defenses, and tell me why the police officers or law enforcement got it wrong. All right, save that for a later date. This is not that. This is being recorded. It's on the internet. So anything that you say could be used against you later on down the road. So you don't want to make any comments about your case. Invariably, every time I say this, somebody still does it anyway. And so if you start to talk about your case, I'm going to cut you off, and that's for your own benefit, okay? The information that I'm going to go over with you today is as follows. I'm going to let you know the charges against you, whether they are a misdemeanor or a felony, whether a bond is being set, okay? Whether there are any special conditions of your bond. The most common types of special conditions are a stay away provision from a certain person. If you have a special condition of your bond to stay away from someone, it's very simple. Stay away from them. They don't exist to you. If you enjoy your freedom, then you will do anything and everything to stay away from that person. Otherwise, you'll end up right back where you are right now, okay? Another type of special condition is a no violent contact. No violent contact means that you can be around the person, just no yelling, screaming, cussing, throwing things, punching things, slamming things, throwing things on the ground, breaking stuff. Just don't do anything that resembles any type of violence. And then lastly is a stay away provision from a certain location. So if you're told to stay away from a certain location, just like a stay away from a person, don't go there. All right. Otherwise, you run the risk of picking up new charges and not getting a bond, because you will have then demonstrated an ability to not listen to what the court orders, okay? If you were told to stay away from a certain location and you have belongings there, we can discuss on how you can legally go and get your belongings. Don't just show up to the place saying that the judge told you that you could go there and get your stuff. It's not good for you, and it's not good for the people at that location, all right? I'm also going to let you know your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing. Your preliminary hearing is an evidentiary hearing. If you have a preliminary hearing, you can request that your attorney present information on your behalf, cross-examine witnesses, and things of that nature. They can also negotiate with the solicitor's office or the district attorney's office about either your bond conditions, your bond, or some type of plea negotiation on your behalf, okay? However, if you do bond out, you will not have a preliminary hearing. Your case will be transferred over to the state court if there are misdemeanors, and the superior court if there are felonies, okay? So your next court date is either going to be January 9th for felonies, January 10th for misdemeanors, and then if you have a mixture of both, it's going to be the January 9th court date. But again, if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Just make sure that your information is correct with the clerk's office so you do not miss the notice to appear for court later on down the road. I'm then going to ask if you want to hire your own attorney or if you want court-appointed counsel. All of you were given an application to fill out. If you did not fill it out, I can only assume that you want to represent yourself or you are going to hire your own attorney, okay? If you didn't fill it out and now you wish to apply for a court-appointed counsel, there are some things that I'm going to have to ask you, and it's going to be out there on the internet. So you should have taken the opportunity to fill it out when you had that, so I wouldn't have to ask you things in front of everyone else. Lastly, I'm going to ask if you have any questions. However, please keep this in mind. If your question is not limited to, What are my charges? What is my bond? Do I have any special conditions? When is my court date? I'm probably not going to be able to help you. If it involves bonding out, I don't have any control over that process. I can tell you as a practicing lawyer for the past decade here in Clayton County, bonding companies typically charge somewhere between 10 and 20%. So if your bond is $2,000, your total bond is $2,000, a bonding company is going to charge somewhere between $200 and $400. That's not set in stone. That's not set by law. That's not even set by me. That's just the general knowledge that I have that I impart to you, because these are the questions that I get the most times that I do first appearance. So figure out somewhere on the low end 10%, on the high end 20%, and that's about what you're going to be looking for if you're going through a bonding company. Also, please do not come ask for a recognizance bond, signature bond, or an OR bond. I have reviewed each person's case individually, and that's not going to happen. If you know what those things are, you probably wouldn't even qualify for it anyway. And if you don't know what they are, that's a good thing. That means that you don't have any familiarity with this process, and you probably shouldn't be coming back. All right. So do not ask for an OR bond or a signature bond, because it is not going to happen. Okay. Again, I am going to allow you to ask questions if you have any, but just understand that my role in this is very limited in what I can and cannot do for you, and the information that I can and cannot give to you. Now, before we begin, I do need everyone to participate, and by raising your right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm the statements that you shall make shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do. All right. And then we'll start with the female side first, and then we'll go to the male side. All right, just make sure you speak loudly and clearly, because some people do have on face coverings, and so I want to make sure that I'm speaking with the right person. There's sometimes a delay, so just take just a brief second from when I finish and when you start. That way we're not talking over each other. All right. What is your name, ma'am?
Ellen.
Miss Ellen. Miss Ellen, you got to speak up for me a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Just because you're far away. All right. All right, Miss Ellen, you were charged with one count of driving on a suspended license. It is a misdemeanor, and the bond is going to be $1,500. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you if you want to have an attorney. That's up to you. It is a minor traffic charge, but it does carry mandatory jail time. So do you want to hire an attorney, or do you want to have a court-appointed attorney?
Hire.
Okay. Do you know who it's going to be?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Your next court date is January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. So just make sure the attorney that you want to hire is aware of your court date. Now, I will tell you this: if you keep getting this particular charge, eventually it will become a felony, which is a silly reason to have a felony. Okay, so take your time when you bond out, do the research on why your license is suspended, and then go and get one, because it's very difficult to do anything in Georgia because we don't have an awesome mass transit system, especially down here in Clayton County. But you need to work, you need to eat, you need to do whatever it is that you need to do. But until you get your license fixed, you're going to keep running into this problem. You could come up on a roadblock. Somebody could hit you. It not even be your fault. And guess what? You're going to jail. So take the time, get your license fixed, and don't come back. Okay.
Yes,
all right. Do you have any questions? All right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Andrea Evans.
Okay, Ms. Evans. Give me just a moment. Let me. All right, Ms. Evans, you are charged with one count of speeding, which is a misdemeanor, one count of driving under the influence less safe, which is a misdemeanor, and one count of obstruction of an officer, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond on these charges. The bond for the speeding is going to be $500. The bond on the driving under the influence is going to be $4,000, and the bond on the obstruction is going to be $1,000. So your total bond is $5,500. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Am I able to apply for one to be appointed? But if I change my mind once I get out, is that an option?
Yep, that's perfectly fine. That's not a problem. We just need to know what kind of stack to put you in, whether you want to start off with a court-appointed attorney, and then if you want to hire someone, that's fine. Is that what you want to do?
I'm gonna start off with the court appointed.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. If you do end up hiring an attorney, just make sure that they file an entry of appearance and they'll know what that means, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Alexis Jenkins.
All right, Miss Jenkins. Let's see here. Moment. All right, Ms. Jenkins, you are charged with one count of theft by taking. The way that it's worded is a felony offense, and then one count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. Okay. I am going to set a bond on each charge. The bond is going to be $1,000 on each, so your total bond is $2,000. Okay. Now you have a special condition to not have any contact with Mr. William Bryant. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't know the backstory, and I don't want you to tell me. Okay. But until your case is resolved or your bond conditions change, just don't have any contact with that person, okay?
I still need to get that notarized when I get out. So is it still in effect, or do I have to go refile? Because I was supposed to do it yesterday.
What are you talking about?
I was filing a TPO yesterday, and then I got locked up. I never had a chance to get it notarized.
Oh, I see.
So do I have to refile?
Was it here in Clayton County?
Yes.
If you'll make contact with the magistrate court's office, they'll be able to help you out on that.
Okay.
Did you come to the courthouse and that's how you got locked up?
No, I got locked up right after I left the court.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Looks like. Yeah, you and Mr. Bryant have some things going on.
I have text messages where everything.
It's okay. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I'm
don't
not.
tell me. I know you're emotional. I get it. Trust me. You don't want to do that. Save it between yourself, God, and your lawyer. Okay. But whatever you do with a TPO against him, it's whatever. But just make sure that you don't have any contact with him. Okay. As far as I know, there's no restrictions on him. As far as I know. Okay. But you protect yourself by making sure that you don't violate this bond order, because guess what? If you do, you're right back and you're probably picking up more charges, which you don't want to do, I assume. Okay. Your next court date is January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
If I wanted to represent myself, how would I go about that?
You just tell me you want to represent yourself. I want to warn, listen to me, okay? I want to strongly discourage you from doing that. Are you an attorney?
I went to school for criminal justice.
That's not my question. That's not my question.
All right, well, if I get a court-appointed attorney and he doesn't talk about it the right way, what am I gonna do then? Because I have all my evidence and everything. I'm the one with the paperwork and the pictures.
Listen.
Put it in his hand.
Listen to me, okay? You can do it if you want to. I'm just telling you, you are going to be treated as if you know the rules of evidence, as if you know those uniform superior court rules. And while I commend you on studying criminal justice, and I don't know if you have your degree or not, but hopefully you do, it ain't the same, okay? It ain't the same. So if you want to represent yourself, that's fine. It's your right to do so. But I would encourage you at the very least to talk with someone, whether it's a hired attorney or a court-appointed counsel. And then if you don't like them, fire them. But just understand that it comes with certain risks, okay?
I'll take the court-appointed attorney.
Okay, very good. Now, let me tell you, just because you don't like what your lawyer is telling you doesn't mean that they're wrong. I used to do court-appointed work in Henry County, and then I was a DA in Clayton County. And a lot of times my colleagues, it was very difficult for them because their clients just didn't understand. You know, clients get mad at me all the time.
I just want to make sure I don't catch any charges from this situation because I shouldn't even be here right now. So if the court-appointed attorney is someone who I need to trust in, and you're saying that I can fire him if he doesn't do it right, then I will take your word for it.
Yeah, here's the thing. Every single lawyer, every single one, we take an oath that we will represent our clients to the best of our ability, okay? Everyone in Clayton County takes that very seriously. So they may tell you things that you don't like. They may tell you things that you disagree with. They may tell you things that you don't think is fair. Law ain't fair. Life ain't fair, okay? But you just do what you're supposed to do. Don't get in any more trouble and let the process play itself out, okay? All right, do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you and don't come back.
I won't. Thank you, sir.
All right, what's your name?
Alexis Patrick.
All right, Miss Patrick. Oh, Miss Patrick. All right, Miss Patrick, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. Oh, okay. I remember this. I am going to set a bond at $2,000. Okay. Now, you do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Kiana Robinson. Now, the incident, do you have any belongings where this happened? Do you need to get anything from that residence or did you get it?
I'm the co-signer over that resident. My name is over that lease.
So it's you and who else is the co-signer?
Kiana Robinson and her fiance, DeMarcus Smith.
Well, here's the thing. I can't have you go back there because y'all are having issues, okay? And that's for your own protection. It's for the protection of Mr. Smith and it's for the protection of Ms. Robinson. So there are a couple ways that you could go about doing this. Number one is you can file a motion to have your bond conditions modified to where you have no violent contact, okay? And an attorney knows how to do that. You can do it yourself, but you probably don't know how to do that. Or you need to speak to someone that handles property rights. I don't do property law and I don't know anything about it. I forgot everything about property rights when I left law school. No interest in it, okay? But you have to understand my position is I can't have you going back there. It's not good. I have to protect you, them, and the citizens of Clayton County. So what I'm going to do is say, don't go back to that residence, okay? However, I am putting in the bond order that you are allowed to go and get your belongings. Just make an appointment with the sheriff's office. They do this all the time. Okay. And you go and do it the right way. Once you get your situation figured out of what rights you do have and don't have to that property or whatever, then, you know, that's fine. Maybe you contact the homeowner, or I don't know if you guys have a mortgage or you're renting or what. But the bottom line is just don't have any contact with her. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I'll hire my own attorney.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know who it's going to be yet or no?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you know who you want to hire yet or no?
Yes, my mom has all of that situated already.
Okay, that's fine. Well, then just make sure that they file the appropriate paperwork, okay?
But I do have a question for you. So
Okay.
being that is considered my resident, I'm basically getting kicked out because of this.
In simple terms, yes.
Okay.
That's the easy way to look at it. The other way to look at it is I can't let you go back there because y'all aren't getting along. And so I have to protect you. I don't want you going back there and then she does something and messes you up, or her fiance. And I don't want y'all getting rowdy and causing issues for your neighbors and the citizens of Clayton County. So I have to do that. I don't have a choice.
Okay.
I can't let you go back there.
One
Now,
more question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but eviction is already filed. So how would that work? Being the eviction was already filed, and I think I had like 30 days or something left, or something like that. So it's just out the, it's just out the window. All that just out the window.
That's a good question. Unfortunately, the answer to that is I don't know. You just need to get in contact with the Clayton County Magistrate Court's office. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Right. Going to line with them.
All right. That's all the females I have.
We got one more on the calendar, Judge.
Who is it?
It's the one we saw yesterday in the wheelchair, Jessica Winston.
Yes, she has a bond set.
Your Honor, I guess she got an extra charge, but a child endangerment.
Your Honor, Deputy, can you confirm what case number that is?
We do not.
I'm sorry, Miss Thomas.
I was trying to confirm what case number that was, because I did see a CW case number, and I know that you did all of the WAs yesterday. That's why I was reaching out to them to try to find out if there was a warrant for that particular one.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that.
Give me just a moment. She would have been in the first batch because they did the females first.
Because I see in CPUA, the charge was striking fixed object, H&R.
I'm looking. Okay. I literally wrote on the bond form yesterday, failure to report striking fixed object 2022 CW 55696. I've set bond at 1,500.
Awesome. Yep.
So
she's good then.
Yep. It's on her bond form.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw that yesterday, Ms. Thomas. I was like, wait a minute. I had all these WA numbers and then I had a warrant. So it looks like I think Judge Thorpe signed that warrant, and I gave him some grief about it.
Got you.
So Ms. Winston, you have a bond on all of your charges.
They gave me one yesterday, but they didn't let me get my phone call and they didn't let me get a bond. They told me you don't have a bond for me for 2 charges. And they told me I had to
Hold
go
on.
back.
Hold on. Are there, Ms. Thomas, what, let me open it back up again. Is that the CW no, that you saw, the one that I just read, I think it's 556 something?
Yeah, 2022 CW 55696.
But I remember
When you said that you wrote on the order, I mean, on the, on the order.
I'm looking right, okay. So I'm just gonna do this real quick.
And that was the only other one.
Yeah. A warrant 9306, there's a bond of 7,000. 9307, there's a bond of 2,000. 9308, there's a bond of 2,000. 9309, there's a bond of 5,000. 9310 is 1,000. 9311, 12, and 13, there's a bond of 1,500. 9314, 1,000. 9315, 1,000. 9341, which is way out of order. The bond is 1,500. And then the CW 55696, the bond is 1,500. So I don't know of any other charges, but it's there. So if somebody in the sheriff's office could confirm that they received the bond order, but she's got a bond on every charge.
Confused with that too. That's something that we were confused with this morning too, because we know we're the same deputies that seen you and seen her yesterday. And it says child endangerment. I'm like, we know she already got charged with all that yesterday.
Right.
So I don't know why they have her back down here. We just, our list shows that she had a CA form and she was supposed to be brought back down.
And that maybe was because of me. I sent the CAA forms for her because I didn't see that Judge Nagel had already given her a bond for the CW. I saw all the WAs, but I didn't see the CW.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think we've gotten it straight. Are we good now?
We are good on my end.
Okay. All right. So deputies, if y'all just advise, I guess, either booking or whoever's handling that to just look at the bond order. She has a bond for that CW.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. All right, Ms. Winston. Well, you're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Let's do Mr. Peck, please. All right, Mr. Peck, give me just a moment, sir. Get your paperwork.
To be the 6-page, 6 CA form. That's how it's in order. I mean, from the last.
Go. Mr. Peck. Oh, gotcha. All right. I got you right here. All right, Mr. Peck, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. It is a misdemeanor offense. I am going to set a bond at $2,000. I am going to put a special condition that you not go back to 8081 Terra Boulevard. I believe that's in Jonesboro. And that is easy bail bonds. So just don't go back over in that area, okay? Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date, okay? You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Please appoint one for me.
I'm sorry?
Please appoint one for me.
Okay, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I work at 8101. I think the address you're referring to is right next door to me, so I think that may be an issue.
Oh, well, if you have valid employment, then that's not going to be an issue. I'm just saying don't go to don't go to easy bail bonds.
That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, then just keep a copy of the order. I'm going to put on here, what's the address of your employment?
8101 Terra Boulevard.
What's the name of the company?
David Samuels and Associates,
Okay,
doing business as the Herb Shop.
okay. I'm gonna write here order 8101 Terra Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia is permissive for defendant to be present. All right, so I'm writing on there that you're allowed to be there at that spot. I know it's like a little complex or whatever, but don't park in front of the bond company. Don't walk across it. Like, just avoid it. Understood?
Say clearly, sir. Your
Okay.
Honor, I have another question, Your Honor.
Okay.
Can I be released on my own recognizance? Considering this?
I've already, nope. I already said that. You weren't listening. No. All right. Good luck.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anderson, right? Anderson. You start closing this here.
What's your name, sir?
Anderson.
Okay. Well, Mr. Malik Anderson. Give me just a second. Oh, y'all just didn't like filling out applications today, I see. All right. All right, sir, you are charged with one count of driving without a license, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $1,000. One misdemeanor count of no insurance, the bond is $1,000. One count of expired or invalid tag or no tag, the bond is $500. It is also a misdemeanor. And one misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana, the bond is $1,500. Your total bond is $4,000. Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I refuse.
Refuse what? What are you refusing? There's nothing to refuse. Either you want a lawyer or you're going to hire your own, or you're going to represent yourself. Which one?
I don't.
Huh?
I don't want it. I'm representing myself.
Okay, that's fine. Just understand that you're going to be held to the same standard as an attorney. So whether you know the law or not, it doesn't matter. The judge isn't going to give you any leeway. All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. Good luck to you.
All
right. What's your name?
Sure.
Hold on. There was a delay. What's your name, sir?
Bashir.
Oh, I see. Mr. Bashir. I got you. All right, sir, you're charged with one misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. The bond is $1,500, okay? Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Can you appoint one for me?
Okay, I will do that. You filled out some of the information, but not all of it. Are you currently employed?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. Are you currently married?
No.
Do you have any children?
No.
Have you ever served in the military?
No.
Okay. Do you make more than $4,000 a month?
No.
Okay. All right. I will go ahead and appoint an attorney for you. If you change your mind later on down the road, that's fine. Do you have any questions? Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Dan Brooks.
All right. Mr. Brooks, you came up ready. You already knew what I was going to ask you. Very good. All right, sir. You are charged with one. Oh, let me see. I'm reading the warrant just to see if this is a felony amount. I mean, it doesn't matter for the purposes of your next court date. All right, well, I believe it's a misdemeanor amount of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The bond is $3,000. You do have a possession of firearm during commission of a crime. That is a felony. The bond is $5,000. And then theft by receiving stolen property, felony, the bond is $2,000. So your total bond is $10,000. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I want to get a lawyer. I'm gonna get my own lawyer.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know who it's going to be?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Well, just make sure that you get them, and they can, the faster you do that, the faster they can start working on your case and letting the court know that you're represented, okay?
All right.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
First name.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Samuel Cheney.
All right, sir, you are charged with one count of terroristic threats or acts. The way that it's worded is a felony. I'm going to set a bond of $7,500. You do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Mr. Walt Davis. Now, I don't know the relationship between y'all, or if there is one or whatever. Just don't have any contact with that person, okay? You don't stay in the same residence, do you?
He was my tenant, Your Honor, but he moved last night.
Okay, all right, very good. Well then, you know, if you're the property owner and you need to take other measures to make sure that he's not there, then, you know, go ahead and do that. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have a special condition of, you do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I will have my own, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know who it's going to be?
Not at the moment, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Well, just, you know, just make sure that they file the appropriate paperwork and let the court system know that you're being represented, okay? Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Randy Gamble.
All right, Mr. Gamble. Mr. Gamble, you were charged with one count of aggravated assault, which is a felony. I'm going to set a bond at $20,000. Also, you do have special condition to not have any contact with Heather Gray. So just do not have any contact with that person. Your next court date is on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I can get one appointed for you.
Okay. Are you currently married?
No, sir.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I got kids.
How many are under the age of 18?
3 of them.
Okay. And have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. I will go ahead and grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, not really. I was just wanting the number. That's sir.
All right. Good luck to you. All right.
Michael Harvey.
Oh, okay. We've been trying to get you for a couple days. Just a second, Mr. Harvey. Sorry it's taken us so long to get you here.
It's cool.
I know it's not. All right, let me take a look. Oh. All right. All right, sir. You are charged with 1 count of driving on suspended license. Misdemeanor, the bond is $1,500. You're also charged with giving a false name, address, or date of birth. Misdemeanor, the bond is $1,000. Next court date. So your total bond is $2,500. Okay. Your next court date is on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Can you appoint one for me?
Okay. Yes, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, that's
All right. What's your name? I'm sorry. One more time.
Jamal Hill.
Okay. Jamal Hill. All right, Mr. Hill, you are charged with 1 count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $5,000. Now you do have a special condition to not have any contact with Melinda Williams, and also do not go back to the Fieldstone Parkway address. I understand that may be a place where you have some belongings. So just like I told you,
My name is, I have a question about that.
Hold on. If you need to get some belongings from there, then you can. Just make sure you do it through the proper channels and go through the sheriff's department. I'll let you ask your question in a second, and I already know where you're going to go with this. So let's get through the other part first. Your next court date is on January the 13th. January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not have to go to that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I'm good.
You're good. What?
I don't need an attorney.
So you want to represent yourself?
Yes, I'm not going to go to court because I'm gonna just pay the bond.
No. That's not how this works. You're going to get a court date in the future.
Oh, I just have one appointed to me.
Okay, so you want a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, this isn't something you could just pay your bond and be done with it. Later on down the road, who knows? Now you're about to say that you're the property owner. Are you renting, or is it a mortgage on that property?
Both of our names are on that lease.
Got it. All right.
Oh, well, so what was you going to say?
Yeah, here's the thing. Just like I told the other young lady who is in the exact same situation as you, you have certain property rights to access that property. Here's the thing. I can't allow you to go back because you and Miss Williams have something going on. So there's a couple different ways that you can handle it. Number one, you can file a motion to modify your bond conditions to where you have access to that property. Okay. You can do it yourself or through an attorney. Number two, she can leave the property and then you're good to go.
I was finna,
listen, okay? Hold on. Number three is you can talk to, if you're renting it from the homeowner or whoever, you can talk to them about getting her out and you in there. But I just can't let you go back. I just can't do it. It's not gonna happen. And I hate it that you have rights to it, but y'all do not get along with each other. And so for your protection, for her protection, and your neighbor's protection, which I'm more concerned about, I can't let you go back there until you do something, one of those things, okay? So do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. I was going to tell you that she's at her dad's house. So by her being at her dad's house, I'm good to go back to the apartment.
Okay. Wow. Give me a second. All right, I'm gonna put that you can't go to that residence as long as she's there, okay? If she's not there, then it's fine, okay? But remember, the other part is wherever she is, you can't be. So if she's there, you don't go there, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any other questions? Anything else?
No.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Larico Jamison.
All right. Mr. Jamison, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. I believe that is the misdemeanor version. It is. The bond is $2,500. You are charged with 1 count of reckless conduct misdemeanor. The bond is $1,500. 1 count of battery misdemeanor. The bond is $5,500. And 1 count of obstruction of driver's view misdemeanor. The bond is $500. So your total bond is 3, 4, 95, 10. Okay, so your total bond is $10,000. Now, you do have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Tanisha Jamison. I'm going to assume that that's your wife, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Until the bond is modified or your case is over with. If the bond is modified for contact, that's fine. Or once your case resolves and you don't have any restrictions on you, that's also fine. But until then, just don't have any contact with her. All right. Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do? Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
So what's my total bond? I just didn't remember it.
Yes, 10,000.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Good.
Go back to your house. Go back to your second.
How you doing, Jordan? Denzel Jordan.
All right, Mr. Jordan. Oh, Mr. Jordan, I just picked up on this. You have co-defendants that are there with you. It was multiple people that got arrested together, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Typically, what I do is I tell co-defendants not to have any contact with each other, but this isn't on the grand scale of things. I don't know who's the bad influence on who, but like I said, in the grand scale of things, I don't think this is a case where y'all could potentially conspire with each other and all that. So I'm not going to do it, but I don't know if your associates or colleagues or people who got arrested with you can hear me or not, but whoever's the bad influence got everybody in trouble. So just watch who you hang with, man. You're charged with 1 count of misdemeanor possession of marijuana. The bond is $1,500, just like everybody else. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one.
May I have one appointed to me?
Sure. Are you legally married?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
How many under the age of 18?
1.
And have you ever served in the military?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, this ain't the place for you to be, man, especially if you got a young child under the age of 18. You don't look that old, so I don't assume they're 17 or 16. So, make sure you're there for your kid and setting a good example, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So when I was in intake, she gave me a bail bond there, and I got in contact with my people to, so if they already done it before you gave me this bill, would that still go through or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably the same amount, correct?
No, you gave me a lower amount.
Oh, okay. Well, then you got the benefit then. But if they're already in the process of doing it, and you just got brought over because they didn't do it in time, then it is what it is. But I don't know how that works. If my bond is lower than the original one, maybe they can save a couple bucks and go with the lower amount.
But
Okay.
if they already so paid, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
yeah. All right. Good luck to you. Don't come back.
I will not. You gonna get your rent back. Yeah, they pay more.
All right. What's your name?
Gregory Jordan.
All right, Mr. Jordan.
Take it back.
All right, sir. You are charged with 1 count of terroristic threats or acts, which is a felony. The bond is 60,000, 60. 1 count of reckless conduct. The bond is 5,000. I believe that's the misdemeanor. 1 count of criminal damage in the first degree felony. The bond is 25,000, and 1 count of aggravated assault felony. The bond is 30,000. So your total bond is 30 plus 30, 60 plus 60 is 120,000. You are also have a special condition to not have any contact with Jennifer Hewitt, H-U-I-T. Okay, your next court date is going to be on January the 9th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You appoint one for me, sir?
Okay, all right. Wait a minute. Hold on. The guy that I just spoke with, do y'all live together?
Yes, sir.
But you're here on something completely different.
Yes, sir.
I got you. Who is that to you? The guy that I just spoke with, who is that?
My younger brother.
I see. Oh, he's 18. You're not. So y'all are barely a year apart, right?
Yes, sir.
I got you. Man, let me give you. Is your brother still there, or did he leave already?
He's still here.
Okay, listen to me, Mr. Jordan Denzel. I did 3.5 years as a DA in Clayton County. I've lived in this county. My birthday's tomorrow. I'll have lived here for 39 years, from birth all the way till I die. Okay. I went to high school here. I went to college here. Obviously, I still live in the area. You guys are too young for this, man. You want to know what the most common person I saw when I was prosecuting felonies, not misdemeanors, felonies. You lose your right to vote. You lose your right to carry a firearm. You can't do anything. It sucks. And then felonies, you're looking at prison, not jail, prison. Okay. So the most common person that I saw was a black male between the ages of 19 and 25. Now, I would imagine that you two fellas enjoy your freedom, eating what you want, going out with who you want, hanging out with who you want. You know, this ain't the place for you guys, man. Look at that. You're less than barely a year apart. I'm pretty sure your parents don't like the fact that not only one, but 2 of them are locked up. One of them has some really serious charges, and it's going to be an uphill battle. You know, Denzel, you have an opportunity that your brother, Gregory, he doesn't have the same opportunity you do just because of the nature of the charges. It sucks that he has to be kind of a lesson for you, but you're going to make a decision today when you bond out of jail. Either you're going to never come back or you'll be back in a worse shape than he is.
I understand.
So it sucks that your family member has to be an example, but either you're going to learn from it or you're going to commit the same mistake. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Denzel, you're good to go. Mr. Gregory Jordan, you know, listen, man, kind of the same thing. This is a rough wake-up call. Okay. But you know, I've seen people get through it, but it's going to be hard.
Sir.
All right, I'm going to grant the request for a court-appointed attorney. Just make sure that while you're there, you behave yourself and don't get in any more trouble. And then when you get out, if you get out, to behave yourself and set a good example for your brother, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any questions?
I got one. You said I got to stay away from Jennifer Hughes.
Yes.
Got you.
Who is that to you?
Nobody.
Okay. All right. Yeah. See, I don't know the relationship between y'all, and this isn't saying that you're guilty. It just means that there's enough evidence for the case to continue. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
You too. Thank you, y'all.
Sir. I'm sorry, my man is sleeping. My man says he keeps sleeping. I wake up, man. It's question. Come on. Next one, tell the judge. First last name.
What's your name? All right. Mr. Kendrick, were you asleep?
Yes, sir.
I know court is boring, but I don't think I've ever had them have to wake somebody up before. All right, sir. You are charged with one felony count of home invasion. Bond is considered and denied on that particular charge. You're also charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The bond is $1,000. One count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. The bond is $10,000. One count of reckless conduct, misdemeanor, the bond is $5,000, and one count of criminal damage in the first degree, the bond is $4,000. Your next court date is going to be your preliminary hearing, which is going to be on January the 9th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do? I'm sorry?
I have my own attorney.
Okay, that's fine. Do you know who it's going to be?
No, not yet.
Okay, that's fine. Well, these are some pretty serious charges, man. So just make sure that you get on that ASAP so they can start working on your case, okay?
All right.
All right, any other questions? Any questions? All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name?
Last name is Mark, first name is Monzo.
Wait, what's your last name?
Lamar.
Oh, okay.
Position 1.
Oh, okay. There. All right. Thank you. I was like, wait a minute. All right. All right, sir. You are charged with, looks like, no, there's a felony in here. The 19. Okay. All right. Looks like you were charged with a lot of driving offenses. No tag, the bond is $500. No license, the bond is $1,500. Obstruction, misdemeanor, the bond is $1,000. Fleeing from police, the bond is $5,000. That's the felony. Driving on the wrong side of the road, the bond is $500. And red light violation, the bond is $1,000. So your total bond is going to be $9,500. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
Appoint one for me, yeah.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
You said the bond is, the total amount is $9,500.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Thank you, Your Honor, and happy early birthday.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you. All right, sir, what's your name?
Travis Lattimore.
All right, Mr. Lattimore. You were with are you one of the people that was with Mr. Jordan?
No.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, I see. All right, sir, you were charged with one misdemeanor count of possession of marijuana, less than an ounce. The bond is 1,500, and then one misdemeanor count of drug-related objects. The bond is 1,500. So your total bond is $3,000. Okay.
Okay.
Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I just handle it myself.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I mean, look, I get it. These are relatively minor charges, but they still carry potential jail time for you. And so just so you know, you have the right to handle it yourself. That's fine. But the prosecutors and the judges aren't going to treat you any better. They're going to treat you just like a lawyer. And so there are things that you just don't know unless you're an attorney. All right. But if you want to represent yourself, that's fine. Do you have any questions?
I know, sir. I understand.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thanks.
Uh-huh.
Thanks, you. Yeah.
All right. What's your name?
Cornelius Locker.
All right. So you were charged with, looks like, all traffic offenses. Driving on a suspended license, the bond is 1,500. No insurance, the bond is 1,000. Red light violation, $500, and canceled registration or no registration, the bond is 500. So your total bond is $3,500. 3,500. Okay. Your next court date is on January the 10th, but if you bond out, you will not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I would like one appointed.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. And, I've seen a lot of people come through the jail the past 3 days for no license. So just do some research, figure out why your license is suspended and get it done. Because if you keep doing it, you're going to catch a felony. Okay?
I actually had just paid the ticket that day when I got pulled over. I just paid it that day.
I got you. All right. Well, just work really, really hard to get it done because, there's no public transportation around here. So I understand you got to drive. I get it. And you don't even have to be doing anything wrong. Somebody could hit you. It'd be their fault. And guess what? You go to jail for minding your own business. So get your license straight, get some insurance on the car, man, ride around protected and good, and you won't have these issues. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Trayvon Lyons.
You said Mr. Lyons, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, sir. Hold on a second. Do you have any other charges? I just have a misdemeanor obstruction charge.
No.
You were never charged with driving under the influence?
No, I wasn't driving.
Oh, I see. Hold on. Let me read this. Oh, you were the passenger.
Yes.
Got it. Give me a second. I just want to double check, and just to let you know, I don't particularly like this charge, and I'm looking to see. I got to take everything in consideration. Give me a second. I want to see if you have any history. Lock it. Lock it. Mr. Lyons, have you ever served in the military before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing, Mr. Lyons. I'm gonna shoot you straight. I don't particularly like this charge, right? But it's not my job to kind of just ignore the law on what I like and what I don't like. So what I was doing is I was looking at your history. I'm looking at the warrant, and it's one of those cases where it's like they could have just let you go, yelled at you, screamed at you, and then let you go. I imagine there's some things that you did to probably agitate them by not listening, right? And legally, the arrest is good. I can't say that it's a bad arrest. So I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. Okay, it's pretty much the lowest I could set it to where you don't have to pay it yourself, because if it goes too low, a bonding company won't deal with you. Okay, but I'm going to put on here. I believe that Clayton County has a thing for a special program for people who have served in the military before. And on something like this, maybe that would be fitting for you. All right. You know, maybe if things were a little bit more calm during that situation, maybe you wouldn't be here, maybe you would, but at least you didn't get hurt and didn't hurt anybody else. So that's the one bright spot about it. So the bond is $1,000. It's a misdemeanor. Your next court date is January 10th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do?
I want to appoint.
Okay. All right. And I did make a note on your court appointed application about the military service. Do you have any questions about your case? No. All right. Good luck to you, sir. And just next time, just be very cautious of how you interact with law enforcement. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. What's your name?
It's good.
You said Pittman?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Pittman, you are charged with one count of unlawful removal of a baggage and one count of theft by taking. I'm dismissing it against you because we don't have any victims' names. I don't have anything that says, I don't have any evidence that says it wasn't your stuff. It just says you took it.
Thank you.
You're allowed to touch your stuff. Now, hold on. Let me tell you something. Just because the officer didn't put enough evidence in there the statute of limitations is 4 years on the felony charge. Okay. So I have no idea whether they're going to provide more information, such as the victim's name or that you don't own those items. But they could. I'm not going to tell them to, and I'm not going to tell them not to. But they have 4 years to bring these charges back against you. I have no idea whether it'll happen. But also, let me tell you this. Listen to me, okay? Don't go back to the airport if you don't have a flight there, okay? It's not a good place for you to be. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. So it's dismissed, the case dismissed.
Case dismissed, and if you don't have any pending charges, you'll be released later on today.
Man, thank you, bud. Thank you.
All right.
Don't come.
Hey, chill, man. We cussing.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Hey. Stop, it's horrible. Stop. Stand up and go out there because you go back 7.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Mr. Reed.
Okay, Mr. Reed, we've been trying to get you for a couple of days as well. All right, give me a second. Okay. All right, sir, you are charged with 1 count of driving under the influence. Misdemeanor, the bond is 4,000. 1 misdemeanor count of improper backing, the bond is 500, and 1 count of improper lane change, the bond is 500. So your total bond is $5,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is going to be on January the 10th. However, if you bond out, you will not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I will have you appoint one for me, sir.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir. I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Sorry it took so long for us to get you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. What's your name?
Cameron Sess.
Okay. All right, sir. Were you in the car with the other people that got arrested, or you in a car by yourself? No, I'm saying, were you by yourself or were there other people in your vehicle?
I was in the car.
I'm sorry?
The car with other people.
Oh, okay. All right. So you heard what I told, was it Mr. Jordan, right? I don't know if Mr. Jordan was one of the people, but I assume he is. It doesn't say on the warrants that y'all were together, but I saw a trend. You know, just be careful who you hang around. I don't know if you're the good influence or they're the good influence or who's the bad influence or anything like that. But, you know, everybody went down for it, which is never a good thing, right? You have one other charge. You have improper lane change misdemeanor. The bond is 500 because you were the driver. And then you're also charged with the misdemeanor marijuana. Guess what? Bond 1,500, just like everybody else. You do have a court date of January the 10th, but if you appear, or I'm sorry, if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You go.
Okay. Approximately how much do you make per month?
3,500.
How much?
3,500.
Okay. Ooh, you're on the border. You are on the border.
Or just an estimate, I don't even know for.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Do you have a rent payment or a mortgage payment that you make?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, you're on the border, but I'd rather you have a lawyer than not have a lawyer. So it's better for you. And let me see. How old are you? You're 22. I'm sure you heard the same thing I told the Jordan brothers, right? You heard what I told them? All right.
Sure.
Yeah. So all of you guys, man, y'all are gonna make a choice one way or the other. This is either the beginning of coming back and doing this process, or it's the end. And only you can decide that. I mean, again, I grew up in the county. I have a lot of friends. I decided to get an education. Now I make a lot of money. I have a nice house. I have a nice car. I have a lot of nice things, right? It's because I saw, the reason why I did that is because I saw where everybody else was going. And I decided that I like my freedom too much, right? So this is the beginning for you, or it's going to be the end for you. You decide. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck. Don't come back. All right, what's your name, sir?
Aaron Toland.
All right, Mr. Toland. You, sir, are charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act felony. The bond is going to be $5,000, and no taillights misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $500. So your total bond is $5,500. Your next court date is going to be on January the 9th. Okay. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Go appoint me one.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. About how much do you make per month? Just approximately.
Yeah, yes, that's not.
About what now?
1,000.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will grant your request for an attorney. Do you have any questions about your case? Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right. Are you Mr. Walker?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Walker. Last but not least. All right, sir, you just have a misdemeanor, no license, suspended license charge. The bond is $1,500, and then a littering charge. I've never seen that.
Me either.
I mean, they tell you that the signs on the road tell you that you could get charged with it. I've just never seen it before. Yeah. Okay. Well, the bond on that was $500. So your total bond is $2,000. Okay.
Okay.
Your next court date is January the 10th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now, you do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Can you appoint one for me, please?
Sure. Are you currently employed?
No, sir.
Okay. Got it. Are you married? Do you have any children? Okay. And have you ever served in the military?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Very good. Then I will do that. And because you've gone last, I'm sure you hear me tell people like, look, I know you need to drive. You gotta do things and stuff like that. And Georgia is just not very conducive with public transportation. But if you keep getting this charge, it's eventually going to be a misdemeanor. I mean, I'm sorry, it's going to be a felony. Okay. So do some research. Figure out what's blocking you from getting your license. Go and get your license. That way you don't get arrested, because like I told somebody, you could be minding your own business. Somebody runs a red light and hits you. Now you're hurt, you're injured, and you're going to jail. it's not a good thing, man. Not a good thing, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir.
You have a good
All right, that's all that I have.